Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel for your weekly reading. I was trying to set the volume for the background noise because my kids are being a little loud. I heard working out the kinks, somebody working out the kinks. I don't know what this means, but I heard the keyword or buzzword is torture. What the heck? Well, I just have to say somebody here is going to be a very happy, busy person. Like freely seeing all kinds of people. I see your look changing quite a bit, trying out new styles, trying out new colors, trying out, not even just that. It's like wanting to dabble and explore more, where maybe before you kind of stayed in this same lane, you never deviated from the plan, where you're like, you know what, if I deviated from my taste palette with food this far, what about partners, so because we've got complete opposites here. We have light, we have dark, we have young. He looks pretty young too, but you see what I mean? Even the females, we have dark hair, we have light hair. Both of them, all of them, very attractive and dating. So there's something about other people starting to see your value and wanting to take you out, and you feeling, free to explore. Like they want you to consider that. Something about you don't need to feel tied down or pigeonholed into dating just one type of person. They want you to know that you are going to be in a position where you have a lot of suitors, a lot of opportunities, options for yourself, and you're going to explore that, and you're going to find out a lot of things that you really do like, that you've been missing out on, and you're going to enjoy the pleasure of just going on a date here and there and having that be enough. Like you're not going to constantly get stuck into these cycles where you get stuck in a relationship and you stay way longer than you wanted to. You're going to enjoy just kind of dabbling and experiencing different flavors and tastes of partners. That's important for somebody to know, and it's important for you to start expecting that. Like really start playing with that idea. You may not be ready to do that now, but they want you to think, yeah, that's a possibility for my future. That's something I really could see myself doing. They want you to think about that. I just heard, yeah, 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 I know, love's not on your brain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But in the future, it may be. So why can't you think about love being love in a healthy way in the future? Yeah, love hurt you in the past, but why does it have to rob you of daydreaming about a future love or seeing other people and seeing what's out there? Don't be jaded by the experiences you had in your past. If you can dream a new career into being, you can dream a new relationship into being just as easily. You have to attract that type of relationship the same way you had to attract a job, attract a winning lottery ticket, attract butterflies, attract, whatever it is that you want, a sexy bod, whatever it is. It's like the same thing's going to go for relationships. They want you to know that wherever you are, there's a lot of like heated arguments that happen when you're not around. Jealousy and rage, judgments, very inaccurate judgments, jealousies. And it feels like this is why you haven't felt safe in relationships. You have not had a good example of what a good healthy relationship feels like. And there's something about the opposite sex being like you thought that you did well with the opposite sex, but you really are going to realize you do better with the same sex. Whether it's romantic, platonic, it doesn't matter. But something about you learning about a healthy relationship dynamic between with someone of the same sex, and it's going to help you navigate relationships of the opposite sex better. Okay? I just heard friggin' get with it already. What are you waiting on? What are we waiting for? I need a little more downtime. I need a little more bliss. I need a little less heartache. This is something I don't want to miss. I'm waiting on you to make the next move, but you haven't been doing it. Stop wasting time. Let's just get through it. Time's a wasting and I'm a waiting. How long do you expect me to be here? I'm a busy, You know this. So do what you gotta do and let me show you bliss. I don't know what that just really came out of nowhere. That was just what I heard. Okay. The part is a name and they want you to fill in the blank. I don't know. There's something you need to be doing that you haven't done yet, and they're chuckling about it, but they're also being serious. Like, come on, time's a wasting. Why are you sitting there waiting on something when you, it's like, it's your move. Like, I already made my move. I've got my move done. It is your turn. Do it already. Hello. Do it already. You're learning, you don't realize it because you've kind of naturally been doing this over a span of time. You have really stepped into this place where you have learned pride from a healthy ego, not a fragmented ego. And that looks sexy on you. All right. So they want you to know there's a divine masculine here that was running from you, okay? They were resistant to this connection. They were letting their ego run the show, and they're in a position now where they're feeling really tied down and trapped, and it's causing them to miss you and crave you, because the more they feel trapped, it's like they ran from you thinking that you were the thing that was going to make them feel tied down. But now as they ran away, whatever they ran to has them feeling trapped, and they're thinking of you because they're realizing, damn, the grass wasn't greener. You're being elusive though. They understand why. They want you to know they understand why. Do you see how the resistance card came with the divine feminine and distance? This is what I mean. The divine feminine had to distance herself from this masculine because they were just they weren't getting anywhere with this masculine. They were feeling they understood that they were being deceived and they were getting trapped in their own memories, and now it's like the the roles have reversed. Where once the masculine was being elusive, maybe playing with feminine's heart, playing games on feminine, being dishonest. Now feminine's pulled back because it's like she's learning to heal her pain, her depression, and her through her memory. She's learned to heal that in silence. And as she healed that and understood what masculine was doing, she's naturally just become quiet. And masculine's realizing, hey, I'm getting a taste of my own medicine here. You know, like I set the stage for this relationship. I showed them exactly what I wanted from them. And now that they've given that to me, like I wanted to be the one that was elusive. But now that they're being elusive with me, I don't like how it feels so much. So something about you giving them a taste of their medicine is really making them feel some type of way. They never expected you to figure out the games they were playing. They expected you to steal something about looking stupid and playing stupid, and sometimes you just sound stupid, and it's like they make fun of the way you talk. And you know, I don't know if you come across kind of like a dude or kind of slow the way it's just, and you're not at all. It's just you're not just kind of like really up in your face and real fast and you know, you're not just going and popping off. It's like you like to kind of sit back and think about things and maybe talk slower, where this person's really, they like to talk fast and they like to do things and be really on the point, and you know, like let's do this point A, boom, check off the list, boom, 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 boom. You know, so you may come across as being kind of slow to this person, but they finally are realizing it's just your communication style. It's not that you aren't intelligent, and you actually, you know, it's kind of like the tortoise and the hare, where you come across as being slow or less intelligent because of the way that you communicate, but they're realizing, damn, like I move too fast, and I've had a lot of relationships crash and burn because I'm too pushy, or I'm too forward, or too this or too that. And here comes Pisces, where they're real, like, you know, kind of laid back and listening to people, and you know, and now they're the ones getting ahead, and I'm the ones sitting back riding their coattails. Something about that happening, the roles are reversing, and they're trying to learn from you now. But they put this dynamic up where I don't want to talk to you, so I'm going to make myself unapproachable. And so it's like finally you took the hint and you're like, okay, you don't want to be approached? Fine. I'm done approaching. I give up. I wave the white flag. I surrender. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to stay over here. And now that you're like, okay, and you like respected that boundary, now they're like, well, crap. Now I want them to come back. Like they have something I need now, but I made it very clear that I didn't want them to approach me, and they listened, but how do I approach them now? And it's like they're just waiting, hoping that you're just going to come their way and give them this in. Like, need their help. Like, hey, you know, you come to them and need their help for something, and they're going to go, oh, by the way, I remember that I wanted to ask you too. You know, like you need something from them, so then they feel like they can ask something of you. They're hoping for a moment like that, but it just hasn't happened yet. You've really kind of blocked yourself out of their life a lot. And, you know, you like what you have going on. So they want to ask you so many things. You cross somebody's mind, this masculine's mind, so much. And there's so many things they want to ask you now, but they feel like you're unapproachable, and they're finally realizing they are the reason you are unapproachable. And you know, it's humbled them quite a bit. So keep doing what you're doing. There's nothing else you need to do. Look, thinking of you, missing you, craving you. I told you this. See, hoping. They're hoping. They're trying to manifest you to contact them and say, hey, you know, I have this something going on here. Can you help me out? And then they're like, hey, well, you know what? This is my chance to take a risk. This is my chance. This is my end. This is my time to confess something here. You know, this is crazy. They need to grow up, and you know, they need to grow up. You're done with this. You put an end to the conflict and you set a boundary with this person. You know mistakes have been made on your part and theirs, but you kind of feel like, you know, what they did to you is unforgivable at the moment. You're not ready. Like, the boundary you set with them, like, yeah, you realize something about them. The boundary you set with this masculine is, you know what, you crossed a line with me. I reached my limit with you. You crossed a line. I don't want you in my life right now. I deserve to have this time and space to myself. And even if you're ready to ask for forgiveness, and even if you're ready to confess something to me, I'm not ready to let you back in my life right now. And you have every right to do that. You could say, I forgive you, but that doesn't mean I want to be friends with you right now. Like, I like having my space from you. I need to have time and space to, you know, work through things and kind of understand what really unraveled between us. Like, you confessing and saying you're sorry, that's great. But my heart doesn't heal on your timeline. It heals on my timeline. So it's something about, you need to say that kind of conversation to somebody, because somebody coming in to this masculine coming in to confess something to you, and you accepting that apology, they're going to take that as you accepting them back. And you're going to have to make it very clear to them, I accept your apology, but that in no way means that I accept you back into my life. Like, I am working through things right now, and I have something going on that I don't want you to be a part of. And you need to, it's crazy for people to hurt you and then expect you to heal on their timeline. Like, you did the hurting, but you're telling me I have to let you back into my life when you're ready to come back in? No, 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 no. You don't ever have to let this person back in. But you do need to set this boundary, because I feel like this conversation's coming whether you want it to or not. I feel like they're just kind of going to show up at your door. All right? That's what I have for you, Pisces. Peace and love.